there, Taurus. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. At this channel, we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. If this is the first time you've been here, thanks for stopping by. Stick around. See if there's something you like that resonates with you. I always like to invite people to watch their sun, their moon, and their rising because your sun sign is how you feel inside. And your rising sign is how the world views you and how you interact with the world. And your moon sign will reflect how you feel about the environment that's going around you and how you react to it. And so by viewing all three, you get a more complete picture. Sometimes one part will resonate more for you than the other. So I put a little link below so that you can calculate out what your sun, your moon, and your rising is in case you don't know. Okay, if you've been here before and you're a returning viewer or a subscriber, you've liked, you've commented, I want to thank you. I'm so excited. I asked for some help getting up over that 75 subscribers for my 3-month anniversary, and you guys came through, so thank you. And we're getting ready to get started here. You know, I like to start with a conversation started from Spirit, and Spirit apparently really wants to talk to you about you. And Spirit, because this is the Hierophant. The Hierophant in the tarot deck represents the sign of Taurus. And in this deck, it definitely is, take a look, take a really good look. It's somebody who's discussing world religion and spirituality with people. And so usually it's depicted as like this hierarchical thing where you're large and you're in charge and you rule your world. And Taurus, you know, you understand that. But this time, in this deck, that's not how it's depicted. And so Spirit wants to talk to you about your belief system. I have a feeling that's the overarching theme of this week. Maybe you've gone through some stuff, and that's why. That's what you're thinking about, what you're talking about, what you're feeling. So let's just get into it. We start out on Sunday with some really good energy. It comes from Leo, and the moon got into Leo Sunday morning at 10:21 a.m. And so you have this Leo energy for you, which is in your 4th house of house and home and how you feel about things. And so this is commitments. And so this, that might be what you're thinking about. You know, maybe it's a marriage issue. So the phase of the moon is inviting you to take some sort of an action in relation to this. And you could see this guy here, he's leaping out of it. Looks like he was like trapped or caught up in a bunch of boulders, and he's breaking free and he's taking action. And Taurus, oh my gosh, you guys have been sitting on go for so long, and I guess it's time for action. So that's good news. I'm happy for you. I really am. Then on, so there's this energy, and it's from Sunday evening all the way through Monday, this energy to like really get something done. Okay, Spirit is talking to you. We have Yang energy. Yang energy is action energy. So yes, again, they're asking you to take some action regarding your spirituality, your commitments, your marriage, some major partnership. It might not be a marriage legally, but it's something that feels like a marriage to you. And so you are really being asked to like get out there and do something with it. The sun's going to move into Pisces at 6:04 p.m. on Monday. So we're leaving the sign of Aquarius where you've been maybe caught up a little bit in the head, and now you're going to be moving more into your emotional heart space. And so maybe you just needed that to like fill you up and get you going, and maybe you've thought it through, and now you're going to start listening to your heart. And this moon that's coming up is a super full moon. And it's called the snow moon. This one calls it purity, but some places refer to it as the storm moon. And I think with the ever-changing weather patterns, and because we have, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, I think a storm moon is definitely the way to call it. It has been a very active storm season, and we've got Uranus getting ready to leave Aries and move into your sign of Taurus on March 6th, and I think that it's really going to be ramping up some of the energy of it. But it's a supermoon, and the supermoon is about attracting things to you. With the elliptical pattern of the moon around the Earth, it gets really close sometimes, and so we have 3. It's our 3rd supermoon. Well, it's our 2nd of 3. The first one was that blood moon because of the eclipse in January. Then we have this one where it's the largest it's going to be this year. And it'll look like 14% larger than usual. So you should really definitely see it up there. And it's about attracting in things. Usually a full moon is about releasing. So it's releasing, you know, the things that are not working and attracting in the things that you want, the things that will work for you. And so by setting your intentions, by saying, I'm getting rid of what's not working in my life, I'm grateful for these things. It's always important to be grateful. That's how you attract more of that good stuff to you. So make sure that you are doing your gratitude list for sure with this full moon. You know, the releasing part, I'm pretty sure you know what it is you want to get rid of. You've been sitting on go and thinking about it long enough. So make the gratitude list so that you can attract the good stuff to you, right? And spend a little effort on that. And so that moon is going to be full at 10:54 a.m. on Tuesday morning. And so it's in Virgo, which is all about order. And oh my gosh, here you go, showing up again in your own reading. This is you. This is you. Taurus the bull, right? Only this one it's a cow, because usually you're docile. Usually you put up with stuff. Usually you're plodding along, doing what you need to do, and trying to keep your head down and get done what you need to do. People come to you, they say, I need this, I need that. You're like, I give, and I give, and I give, and I give, and I give. And eventually you're like, oh my gosh. And then you can become the charging bull, right? Like, get away from me. So you're being asked to step back into the cow energy. So nourishment. This is nourishing yourself. Maybe nourishing yourself on a spiritual level, on an emotional level, because right now we're in this Piscean energy by now, right? So nourishing yourself, keeping things in balance. It's the give and the take, you know. The cows, if they don't eat good grass, they can't give good milk, right? So in order to be your very best version of yourself, you need to take care of yourself. You need to do the things that you need to do for yourself. And then the moon is going to be moving into Libra on Thursday at 9:17 a.m. And this is about self-reflecting. And so see, you're looking at yourself with, like, clearly looking at yourself. You can feel your emotions. That's that Piscean energy. You're feeling it, but you got your head clear. And part of that's that Aquarius energy that's still helping you there. And part of this is just you, Taurus. You're just, you know, clear-headed when you're making decisions. And so this is inviting you to feel who you really are and know your feelings and know where you're at and make your decisions with a very clear head based on how you feel, right? And when you do that, that is where you find that sweet spot of pleasure in your life, where things start to really come together and you really start to understand that, you know, I deserve to feel good about my life. I deserve to be believed in. I deserve to understand and spend time in my spirituality. I deserve to feel good about me. Everybody should love themselves first. When you truly love yourself, then you can love other people. And so you're being invited to do a little self-reflecting. What can you do? What action can you take that shows yourself, you know what, I really do love myself. I'm going to do good things for myself so that I can give, because in life we're supposed to give and receive. It's not good to be one or the other. But I feel like it's time. It's time for you to take care of yourself in a very balanced way moving forward. And I don't know how that's going to, you know, reflect in each life personally, right? But you know. And so tap into your inner knowing. And so what we have here is, okay, so this started out in your 4th house of home, and then your 5th house of fun and romance. So I really feel like this is letting go of situations that were not working for you on a very emotional level, and starting to take care of yourself as you move forward, and then finding this balance in your day-to-day life, your work life and your home life. You need to have fun. You can't do work all of the time. You just can't. It's not good for you. And so then if you can find a way to do that, and it may not be letting go of the entire relationship, but letting go of the aspects of the relationship that doesn't work for you. Because then we're going to move into a more balanced situation. But okay, we are definitely talking about partnerships. In case you were wondering, teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with. Build a talented support team. So it could be work. It could be home. Either way, partnership. Partnership is important because when this moon moves into Libra, and when the moon moves into Scorpio on Saturday, it's about those partnerships. And it's about finding the balance in them and creating the beauty in them, right? And the beauty comes from enjoying your life. It comes from giving and taking in equal measure. Or basically equal measure. I don't want you keeping a record, a score sheet that doesn't really help. But not giving until it's killing you, which I see Taurus is just driving themselves right into the ground, overworking and not having enough fun. And they wait until they get to the part where they're like so depleted before they're like, oh, okay, now I need to rest. Trying to figure out where to rest right before you hit that would be hitting the sweet spot, right? I mean, I understand that you like to work, and I understand why it's important to you. You know, it makes you feel good about yourself. It makes you feel secure. There's a lot of security that comes from knowing that you have money in the bank and you have nice things around you, but you are being asked to trust your intuition, to know that your life is being guided. You are being guided. So feel into that. And maybe this partnership is with the spirit. Maybe that's this team that you need to have. The one that helps you find the balance, the give and the take. Trust your intuition when it is time to step through out of the it's like a rebirth, right? Out of the fall into the spring. And the doorway is winter, and that's where we are right now. We're about to step into spring. March is coming. So take a deep breath. Trust in your intuition. You know what's best for you. You do. You just, sometimes you're like, I know what I want. I know what I need, but I feel obligated. Well, maybe the obligation needs to be to yourself sometimes, right? If you're not feeling good about yourself, if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not actually helping anybody. Not yourself, not anyone else either, right? It's when we're our best versions of ourselves that we are the most productive. So finding that balance where you rest enough so that you can work as hard as you like to work, right? So that you have a relationship that gives you what you need. And that you're giving the relationship what the relationship needs. Can't be constantly taken from it. You need to appreciate your partner. Okay, so your color card for the week is yellow. Purify your body. So, Taurus, for you, that could mean drinking more water, eating better foods, completely nourishing your body, maybe laying off the sugar for a few days, finding a way to, be rested enough that you're not relying on caffeine. You know, I understand starting the day with caffeine, but if you literally can't get through the day without drinking a pot of coffee, that's a little too much caffeine, okay? So look around at your life, figure out what you need to purify so that you can, and trust your intuition. You'll know what it is, right? All right, well, like I said last week, you guys have been like kind of trending upwards. And this looks like we're trending upwards, and it's nice to see. It's time to take action. All right, I will see you back here next week, Taurus. You have a good week. You take care of yourself, follow your intuition, and learn how to give and take in equal measure so that it's in a healthy balance. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.